Hey everyone, this is Diane. I have to tell you, I am having a hard time with videos this week. I was trying to make a few videos ahead and schedule them every other day so you'd have something to watch during my vacation. But twice, 2 days in a row, I have made videos that were corrupted somehow and couldn't upload. And I don't know what the problem was. But I'm going to try this one. If this doesn't work, I'm just not going to waste any more time because I need to get ready to go. But if you don't see this, you're not going to know any of this anyway. So what I decided to do today was pick up something I had started a few months ago. And I did a video on it when I first did this. So let me tell you, I was watching a video by Meg from Meg Journals, and it's not a long video. I will leave it linked here. And it intrigued me so much that it was late at night. So the next morning I came down here and just played around and had fun with it. And what I did here didn't take very long. So I'll show you what I did. And I want to continue and maybe do some pages for a couple other journals. So I want to keep one, but I don't know which one I'll keep. So basically it's making journals with patchwork pages. So I just love the way she did it. She just had random things and attached them together. She had a template to guide the size of the page, and then after that it was just build up, some that are smaller, some that are bigger. There's no rhyme nor reason. This is the cover of a very old music, what do you call it? It's just the lines to write your music on. And I know the manuscript, music manuscript paper. This was glued onto the back cover, so it's there, and it's got old tape on it. So that's just a folded page. And then this is a game score sheet, and I glued it to a piece of scrapbook paper and added another little oddly cut paper, and that formed a little pocket. I tucked this in there to remind me that it's a pocket. And this is just a sheet of the blank checks that you could make on your printer. They are perforated, but they're not close to falling apart. Another vintage piece of ephemera and just a little square of scrapbook paper, and etc. You just pick things out and glue them together until they make the page you want. This is a couple of scraps of scrapbook paper. One is copy dyed and collaged on, and the other one is just a scrap. There's a map atlas page, and I folded that end in. So just things I had that I worked on. There's a little pocket here to form into pages. So I have 3 signatures in this. I don't know if I'll add more. I don't know what else I'll do to it. I'm going to leave this one alone for now, and so I'll show you how I worked in it. Make another one. So I have this one, New Manual for Teachers, and it's a different size. This is for music teachers. And so I'll use some of these pages. But I also thought it would be fun to do a colorful one and still using a vintage book. So I have this Junior Bank Book and Picture Puzzle. And this is the front and back cover. The inside pages I could also make a journal with, but they have the little slots to put coins in. But I'll just, if I get to this one today, I'll make some pages for this size. But I don't know if I'll get to it today. Well, so first of all, we need to measure. This is 6 1/4, so I'll make the pages no more than 6 inches wide, maybe a little bit less, to give them room to breathe. And when you stack them, you know, they stick out further. So I always make them at least 1/4 of an inch smaller than the cover. So let's say 6 inches, and it's 8 1/4 tall. So this one, for the height, I'll make it 7 3/4. So 6 by 7 3/4. I'm going to cut a piece of paper that size, and that will be kind kind of a template for me. I should have had a paper ready for that. Let's see what I have in here. I'll cut this one this size, and I can actually use it as a page in the journal. This is the cover, the back cover of a piano instruction book. Well, if I want it to be 6 inches, then the full open page should be 12. And 7 3/4. And I can use this for something. So I'll fold this and then measure it up against the book just to make sure I like it. Yes. So this could be a page in the journal. Now I have a bag full of miscellaneous pieces and scraps next to me. Some are small pieces that I want to make ephemera with, but some are bigger that I could... Look at these. These are parts of cut-off file folders. They might be good for the more colorful book. I don't know if I want to make them this colorful, but maybe. Here's a collaged cardstock. I'll make ephemera out of that. So let me see. I've got to find some papers. There's one that would work. And any of these smaller pieces can be attached to the main page. And I also have next to me on the other side, I have vintage ephemera that I want to include. Not as ephemera, but as, I like those, as parts of pages. I have vintage receipts and calendar pieces and letters, things like that. All right, so I'm going to just take what I have here and what I have on this side of me and put something together. I have these little stained glass vellum, quote, stained glass vellum pieces that I think would be really fun to include. I'll just take one of those. And that needs to be trimmed down a little bit. So I don't want to think too much about it, like I said. I just wanted to get some supplies gathered up. So I can glue this. Yeah, it's not too wide. I can glue this here, and this could form a pocket, but I kind of like the way the letters look showing through there. And I could leave this as it is, or glue it to something else. Let's do that. I like that. I will make this so it can be a pocket. So if I own the journal, or if someone else owns the journal, it can be used as a pocket, or it can be left with the letters showing. And the same with this side. And then to make this more interesting, I will add something to that. I have this little stub for a payment receipt stub. It can stick off a little bit because we're not at 6 inches here. Now, I don't think I had this bag when I organized. Yeah, I didn't. When I organized my checks and receipts, I knew I had other pieces, and they were in that pouch. And I just found them because I haven't finished really organizing that nook area, and that's where this stuff is. So I'm going to take one of these. I love these colored tax receipts. I had them in different colors, and I love them. So what can I do with this? I could make a flap out of it. I was interrupted by a phone call, and my daughter and I went and got our nails done. Just a change of scheduling. Look, I'm ready for Disney. I have Mickey and Minnie on my nails and polka dots. All right, so this is right where we left off. I put these 2 pages together with this as the hinge. And I had just pulled this pink city tax receipt, 1962, from my stash, and I was trying to figure out how I want to attach it. I could hinge it so it flips out that way. I could kind of fold it over here and attach it that way. I think that's what I'll do. That'll give a little pink decoration up here too. So there's that, and yeah, I can glue this on, and that'll help hold that down. You can still lift it. Let's put another page together. This is the bag I'm pulling out of. There's so much stuff in it, and it seems like everything I'm grabbing is small. So this might not be the bag I want. I could use brown paper. And there's chipboard and cardboard pieces. So I guess, but I can use these. I have to go to a meeting for signing up for new insurance. I just did that last year, and of course the option that I chose is no longer available again, so I have to go pick another one. So I don't have a ton of time. This might be chopped up into 3 parts, and I hope that all 3 of them will be able to be uploaded. So I'm going to take some of these painted papers and have fun with them. They're spray painted and stenciled. Might use that. Okay. And I'll take a piece of this, and let's see what we can do. I like this. This is sprayed through a stencil. is it 7 3/4? Yes. I'm just going to glue this on top. And I'll just trim off the brown. I guess I'll fold this one up. I'll trim off the rest. Okay, there's another fun page. I pulled out some calendar pages and vintage book pages and a couple of embossed pieces. Oh yes, vintage cards and these flashcards, vintage price cards, and this. So let's play around with these. Let's get something going with this. I was thinking I could sew this into the signature there, but leave this flap on. But I would want to make it a little narrower so it doesn't get caught with the stitches and everything. That gives us a nice, almost ½ inch space, I think. But I want to do more than just put this in the signature. I want to, and I'll definitely glue something to this part so it shows through when I'm actually decorating the book. But I want to do something else too. So I've got a little space to work with here. I'm going to tear off the edges that are not embossed. I think this might be straw paper. All right, so what I could do is glue it and make it a tuck spot here. I just marked in pencil how far I will put the glue. I think I meant to put it on that side, but maybe not. I don't remember now, but I'm going to leave it there. I think it's fine. It's just slightly tall. So that puts it to the right width. I could make it a pocket here or here. I think I'm going to make it a pocket here. So I marked on the wrong side. How far does this go? Yeah, okay. I'll put the glue here. And everything does not have to become a pocket. But when you're building pages up like this, it's fun to see where the pockets can be. Let's try putting some of these pages together. See, there's no rhyme nor reason to this, and it doesn't really matter which way I put the pockets. You have that, and this, and this, with a flap. Yeah, that's good. Now, can I make something with this? Can trim it just a little bit. This is the kind of thing I've been dying to do, just grabbing stuff and using it in an eclectic manner. Because I have so many fun things, and I think, well, I can't use this for this type of journal. So it's really fun to just do eclectic things that I can use anything I want. I don't want to make this a pocket because it is so fragile. I'm just going to glue it down. I have these little strips. Not sure where I got them. And a book page. I'm going to use one of the book pages that came in this book. Where did the pages go? Here they are. And these are kind of fragile pages too. And I think that's wider than 6 inches. Yep. I'm going to put it in this way and fold it like that. And I'll put one of these on as a reinforcement. This is what I was looking for. Boy, that's a beat up card. So if I glue that on, it could hang off a little. It would still fit within the page. So I could glue that on like that. And then you could open it up. So let's say this is in the signature, like this. I probably wouldn't put it here because I've got this flap here and I don't want to flappy things right next to each other, but this is just what it would be like inside the journal. Yeah, because I won't be putting stitches through there, so we'll be able to open it up. Cool. Now this is a leftover piece from a giant calendar page, 1973. Let's trim it down to 6 inches. Looks like this is just a little bit too long. Okay, I'm going to trim that a little more, and I'm going to trim this. Now, I'm not necessarily keeping those all together in one signature. These are the kind of pages I just want to build and build and build until I have enough. Put them in whatever signature order I want to. How many pages do I have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like this with the antique clocks. I like the browning on that, so I'm just going to tear off the top part. I don't even care if it's straight. Still not enough. I guess I'll have to take some of this off. I don't want to tear the clocks. And I'm going to look for a scrapbook paper. I had this piece for a really long time. I don't want everything to be like this page on this side, this on this side with a hinge. I want it to be more like this, or see, this is a one on this side, one on this side thing, which is fine. I just don't want all the pages to be like that. The same with that. Well, this is one page with this added on. So stuff like that, I guess, is what I want. So I'm not going to use this here. I don't know. I'm not being as spontaneous as I was when I did the pages before. I'm thinking more. Thinking maybe too much. Okay, let's see what we can do with these pieces that I have just pulled out. This is going to be part of the page. And this will be a flap on the page. So this page needs to be folded. I'm not happy with what I'm doing here because I feel like I'm just doing 2 halves of a page. So I'm gonna do this as more of a full page. And then I'm just going to add half of this page to it. Okay. If I put this on top of it like that, I can make this a pocket. I'm going to put this in here just to remind myself that that's a pocket. Well, yeah, I could have put the glue on there and just folded it over. Oh, this is too tall. I feel like I've lost my way. Like I'm having fun decorating, but I'm not doing what the premise of this journal was. I feel like I need to watch Meg's video again. but I am kind of doing patchwork pages. All right, I'm back again. I had to abruptly end the other portion, the second portion of this video, because I was late for my Medicare meeting. We had to re-enroll in a new plan, but I made it in, it was just a couple of minutes late. So I'm back again, and I had to go and vote after I got back from the Medicare meeting. So it's been a busy day for, 2 days before I go away. Oh, kind of crazy. But I want to do just one more page before I end this video. So I pulled a few pieces. We've got this painted page and a page from the music book, this old bank statement from 1942, these little digital strips. This is, I think that's actually the end paper from this music book. Yeah, it is, because it's got music terms on it, and it's got a lot of notations on it, so that might be fun to use. An old envelope, a scrap of a coffee-dyed paper. These pages are children's books, and I really like them because they're textured. I'm not sure if I want to, yeah, I might use the inside part. I was thinking I could glue them closed and just have the textured part here, but I don't know. And I've got some 6x6 Tim Holtz, and this I thought was just a fun piece. Looks like dominoes. So I'm not going to use all of those, but I have these available to me to create a page. So I felt like I was getting lost in what I was doing, and I was having a full page and building on it, or an almost full page and building on it, or where's one? Like this is just about, it is a full page, and I just added stuff to the inside, which wasn't the point of this video. This is two pieces hinged together. It's actually, this was a page, and then I added to it. So this is pretty much what I want to do. But I was kind of just getting away from what I wanted to do. So anyway, the point of all that rambling is I want to just select some of these smaller pieces and build on it until it's the right size for my page. And this is going to be the guide. So what would I like to include? I think I really want to include this. And I think maybe the way to include it would be to have it in the signature like this. So I can build off of this. I can attach this envelope like so, and we could put a tag in it. If I put it on this side, then this would be facing the front of the book. I have this little scrap of ledger paper I can add on. And I'm just going to take half of this page and add it on here. Let's just glue and see what happens. So I think that's a good example of how to patchwork a page together. I could tear that off or just fold it out. I could glue it down and make a tiny little tuck spot there. I think that would be a fun and interesting thing to do. And once I get all the signatures done, put together for whatever journal I'm working on, it would be really fun to add embellishments to these very eclectic, and they could be grungy, they could be fun and colorful, but whatever style you decide to use, or a mixture, whatever you want to do. So it would be really fun to add elements. So I'm going to just go through these. This is not a signature. That's not the way it's going to stay. But I'm going to flip through it like it is a signature so you would see what they look like in a book. I'm looking for the cap to my glue. Okay. And there can be a tag inside this envelope. It does open, right? Yeah. And there's a pocket there. There's a tuck spot here. And I can flip that open and glue something here that will show through. There's a pocket here. And this flips up. There's a little pocket here. I will probably glue that down. That opens all the way up like that. This is just glued on, and I would probably add something to the top. It would be fun to glue something behind this hole too that would peek through. Another pocket, and another pocket, and a pocket here. And a pocket here. And this is that fun textured children's book page. Can you see the ribs on that? So we have some pages started for the second book that I'm making, that I will make. So I said I didn't want to get started on another journal, but this was the journal project that I wanted to do next. But I consider this part just playing, like making ephemera. I am building pages, and it's playing to me. It's not like a full commitment to the journal at this point. That's how I justify it to myself. I'm going to just trim that little bit off the edge. And in the meantime, I'm going to say goodbye. I do have many, many things to do. And hopefully I'll get one more video done before I go. So I'm not going to have as many as I was hoping to because of the issues I've been having with videos not working out, not being able to be published. But I'll be back when I'm back, and I will resume videos when I can. And I hope that you'll go back into my archives. I do have some playlists of my videos, different categories of videos. If you want to go back and see some of my older videos, I would really appreciate you keeping my channel going while I am away. And I'll see you soon, and I hope you're having a creative day. Bye.